Hello viewers, my name is Raj and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today in this video, we will solve this particular problem. So this video is for complete placement preparation series, and we will solve this particular problem, which is 121 on Leetcode platform. Best time to buy and sell stock. So this is an easy category problem. So not but the variants of this particular problem of like buy and sell stock is somewhat tricky, and you should go on to solve those particular variants. So these are buy and sell stock 2, 3, 4, and 5, I guess. So we'll start this solve this particular basic one, because this is very frequently asked in any of the competitive coding interviews. So the problem states that we'll have stock prices for, let's say, n numbers, for n days, and we have to find the stock window in which we can make the maximum profit. So basically, you can, on a single day, you can either buy a stock or you can sell a stock, right? So these all are prices of a particular stock, and we have to buy on some day and then we have to sell on some day, right? So but we cannot sell until and unless we have bought something, right? So that is one condition, and you can only do one operation at a time. So that is one such thing, and we have to basically at the end of this program, we have to report the maximum profit that we can gain from this particular list of values. And if we cannot have any profit, then we can simply return 0. So that is one thing. So if I see this particular example, we have 715 364. Let's take this in a better way to understand. So we have this particular list of stock values. Okay, so we have the stock price at first day, which is, these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 days of stock market, and we have the price at first day is 7, second day is 1, 5, 3, 4, 6, 4. So if we carefully see, if I buy on first day and if I sell on second day, I have a profit of -6. Similarly, if I buy on second day and if I sell on third day, I have a profit of 4. So which is a positive sign. But is this the maximum profit that I can gain? So that is a question to be answered, right? Similarly, if you see more such windows, I have 3 and 6. So if I buy on 3 on a price of 3, and if I sell it on a price of 6, then I have a profit of 3. So which is fine. And if I have bought on 3 and if I sell on 4, I have a profit of 1. Similarly, if I buy on price of 1 and if I sell on price of 4, which again I have 3. So we have this multiple possibilities of profit values. So but we have to find out the maximum. So the simple straightforward approach that I get in my mind as a beginner or as a logic maker, so it is basically check all the possibilities and report the best, report all the profit scores and take the best out of it. So if I see, I have profit values which is -6, 4, 2, 3, 5, and many other combinations, right? So and I will have this particular values, and if I sort this particular thing, or if I get the maximum out of it, I will have 5 as the answer, which is for 1 and 6, right? So this seems very tidy, because this seems very computationally expensive, because I have to check each and every possible combination of these particular values. And if I have to also keep in mind that the stock time, let's say the time of buying this particular stock, it should be less than the time of selling it, right? So because if I don't have something in my in my hand, then I cannot sell it, right? And then I have to find the maximum of it. So this is very computationally expensive, and it won't work on any given coding platform. So what we have to do is, if we simply see what should I have in my mind, I should know the minimum value and I should know the maximum value at any particular instant, right? So if I take this particular, let me just rub this thing, and it will be more clearer for us to understand. So let's say if I am standing at this particular day, which is 2, right? I'm standing on day 2. The minimum value so far I have seen is the value itself 1, and the maximum value that I have seen so far is 7. But I cannot take the profit out of it because the 7 that I saw was below what was 1 day ago, and currently the value I have is 1, so it is of no use. So basically having the maximum value with me is making no sense. So I have to just keep in mind the minimum value that I have seen so far. So if I take this particular point, I have the minimum value as 7. If I, on second day I have 1, on third day I have 1, on fourth day I have 1, on fifth day I have 1, on sixth day I have 1, right? So I have to maintain the minimum value somehow, and I have to check if it is profitable to sell on that particular day or not. So if I have the minimum value, then I can simply check if the profit is greater than or not. So if I on the first day I don't have to do anything because the profit will be 0 because we don't have anything to compare with, right? And there is no selling or buying operation. Only we can buy, and buying on a higher price is not a logical thing. On second day, I will have minimum value as 1, but I don't have anything to sell. So again, the profit will be 0. On third day, I have the minimum value, or basically the price I can buy is 1, and the price I can sell is 5. So I can have the net profit of 4, right? So which is okay. I will save this particular thing for now. If I will move forward because I have to see other possibilities as well. Then I will go to this particular fourth day. I have 1 as the minimum value and the 3 as the current value. If I sell this, I have 2, which is less than 2, so less than 4. So this is of no use. I will move forward. I have 1 and 6. And then I have the profit of 5, which is greater than 4. So I can keep in mind this particular combination of 6 and 1. And for 4, I have 1, 4, which is 3. So 3 is not greater than 5. So basically we will rule this particular possibility. So we have to somehow retain this particular 5 value and at the end report it. So this is a classic example where we think too much about like maintaining of certain codes, but it is a very simple and concise solution for it, which works very well. So let's code this thing, and you will better understand what I'm saying is. So I have to basically maintain the minimum value at any point of time. So I will have mx, which is pointing to the minimum value or minimum stock price that we have seen so far. So this is a very important. So we have to keep in mind the values that we have seen so far, not the values that we are going to see in the future. Because stock price or stock market works in that way. We cannot predict something. We are just going to have the previous knowledge and we have to use it somehow. So for that I will take the minimum value as a big number. So I will take float infinity. For C++, you can take the integer max, right? So that is the maximum for C and C++ users. For Python, you can simply take float infinity, which is take a very big number. And I have to have the profit as 0. So I don't have any profit for this point of time, but I have to store this to return the value. So now what I have to do is I have to simply start with the I will simply iterate the prices. Sorry, this is not num, this is prices. I will iterate it one by one. So what I have to do is I have to basically check what is the minimum value that I have seen so far. So for that I will have mx equals to minimum, which is I'm comparing two values, I and minimum. So basically I'm checking if the current value is the minimum value or not, right? So if the current value is not the minimum value, then I will simply ignore it and I will keep the previous minimum value. And if I see the current value is the minimum of what I have seen so far, then there is no point of selling it at this particular time, or we just have to buy it, right? So I'm saving this particular thing. So I will, if I compare float infinity or like basically infinity to a valid number, integer number, then the integer number will be smaller. So I will store it in mx. And if I check if the current value is greater than mx or not, right? So mx is nothing but the minimum value that I've seen so far. If the current value is greater than mx, then there is a possibility that I have a profit in my hand if I sell this particular thing right now, right? So And if so basically I'm also placing condition that I cannot sell and buy on the same particular day. Because if I have the minimum value on this particular line, if I get the minimum value for that particular interaction, then I cannot execute this then, because it is going to be comparing, let's say 5 is greater than 5 or not, which is not possible, right? Which is not true. So if, let's say if I am comparing 10 and 5, so I have the current value is 10 and the minimum value that I have saw was 5. Now I can compare that, right? So what I have to do is profit equals to max of profit and I minus mx. So what we are doing at this point is, whatever the profit that I saw previously, is it smaller or greater than the current profit that I am getting from selling the stock? So if this is possible, then I will store it, else you will simply go to the next iteration. If you do this again and again and again, you will have the maximum profit at your hand. So I will return the profit and let's see if this is working or not. So this is working fine for this particular output test case. Let's change the test case of to this particular problem. So here you can see 76431. So this is a trivial test case where there is no point that I can make a transaction, right? So the output should be 0 or the max profit should be 0. So yes, this is working fine for in this case as well. Let's submit this particular thing and see if this is worthy or not. So this solution is worthy. So it is giving 40%. So the percentage matters at some point of time, but it is accepted. So this percentage is even vary with the use of your variables and a certain line of code. So don't worry about how faster is this code with others. If this code is accepted, then you don't have any issues, because in the placement test or the company rounds, what matters is if your code is accepted or not. If your code is not accepted, then there is no point of discussion, right? But if your code is accepted, then you can propose any an extra tweaking or extra thing that you can, by that you can improve your code. So that is one thing. So that's it in this video. Thank you for watching. If you like the content, please like it, share it, and subscribe my channel. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the comment section. You can reach out to my Instagram, Twitter, any social media handle to contact me. Also, I will coming up with the new videos and new stuff. So stay tuned. And until then, this is Raj signing out.